coach's training session. This is going to be a very high level, just basics of Hudl and how to navigate the website. There's definitely a lot to it, so we want to make sure you guys know what you're doing and you have a good grasp on it. And this is a good start here, so we'll just jump right in. So for this training session, we'll go over the account tour. We'll touch on season prep. We'll talk about how to get video online. We also have an additional training session for the parent filmers that you guys will also see as well. We'll touch on Hudl Assist, and this is a big one here for you guys. Each team has the unlimited game assist package, so I'll show you guys how to submit your games and how to view the stats and get the most out of it. We'll talk about video analysis and review, as well as highlights and recruiting for your athletes. So, account tour. The first thing that you'll want to do is just go to hudl.com or hudl.com/login. And once we get you all added to the accounts, you'll have your own unique email and password to go along with it. So you'll go here, enter that in, and then this is the very first thing that you'll see. It's very similar to like a social media, a Twitter or a Facebook. It has the feed here, which shows all of the things that are relevant to you guys. It'll show you videos that have been uploaded recently to your accounts. If any coaches have had any activity like adding an athlete or anything like that, as well as just kind of national highlights that are being shared. And then over on this top left-hand side, if you're on multiple teams, let's say you're a coach on 3 or 4 different teams or at the club, it'll have a drop down here where you can kind of flip back and forth between the teams, as well as for all your athletes if they're playing on several different teams. They can be on several different teams with the same email, so they'll just have this same drop down here with the different teams. And then on this right hand side, if you hover over, it'll show your name and email in the top right. You'll see your profile. You'll also see account settings, billing and orders. Account settings is where if you ever wanted to update like your email or your password or really any of that basic information about your account, your own personal account, you'll go to the account settings. And then at the bottom here, there's the Get Help tab. Let's say it's Saturday and you just recorded a tournament and something's going wrong with the video. Feel free to call me. If I'm not answering, go ahead and click on this and it has the line to the support number. And our support staff is great. I worked in support here as well. I'm at Hudl and they'll get you taken care of as well. So the number for that is in that Get Help. And then right below that if you needed to log out for whatever reason. And then all of your video will be housed under this video tab. I'll touch on that a lot more here later on. So just for now, that's where the video is under video. This reports here is when you send your games to assist, we'll break them down for you. You go to reports, all of the stats are in here. You can view them for your opponent, match, rotation for specific athletes, everything. And we'll touch on that a little bit more as well. Exchanges tab. Let's say you and a club want to exchange videos so you can scout each other or vice versa. This is where you do that. You can search for that club name or that team name in here, and you can send a video and you can make it a two-way exchange to where they only can get that video in their library if they send you one back. And then the team, this is where you kind of control your roster, your schedule, recruiting, and the settings of the team. All of that's under this team tab. And then lastly is the highlights tab. And this is where all of the team highlights are. So it's a little bit different between athlete and team highlights, but this is where all the highlights for the team are created. Perfect. And then in the top right here, as you see, it's like a little messaging icon. This is where you're able to message your athletes inside of Hudl. So let's say you wanted to change the time of practice, you can pop in here, text or shoot them all a message. You can create different groups and things like that of, hey, practice is now at 5 instead of 4. So that's a really handy feature. You can text the whole team, you can text individual athletes. It's all done in Hudl, and an email notification is sent when a new message arrives. Perfect. And then this upload button as well. If you're recording from an actual camera, this is where you would upload from. And I'll touch on that a little bit further as well, a little further in the presentation. Perfect. So season prep. Um, Really, the two main things for season prep are making sure you added your schedule as well as confirming your coaches and athletes are correct and have logged in. We're going to go ahead and take on getting your athletes and coaches added for you. We'll send you, if we haven't already, a roster template where all you have to do is enter in the first, last name, and email, and we'll get them added to Hudl for you, so you don't have to worry about that. What I do want to show you here is the adding schedule entries. I personally put this in like the top five most important things that you do in Hudl. So I'll flip over to an actual team here. Again, this is where you can flip between the teams. Here's my name. I can go to my profile and everything like that. So to add your schedule, so you hover over team and then you go to schedule, and then we'll let this load here. And then in this page, so let's say for whatever reason it says 18-19, you don't see 19-20 season yet, you hit this create season button right there, and then you select the next season. And then if it's the new one, you would select set as current season, and then you can hit save season. So for the 19-20 season, this is what you guys will want here. To actually add a game into this schedule, you hit add event in the top right, you select the season, it was a game, but let's say this one was a tournament that you guys had, and then you can select your opponent here. If they have Hudl, they'll show up in this drop down. So let's say, let's do shit. Let's actually just type in you guys here. So yeah, it's um, not coming up there, but but you get the idea. If they have Hudl, they'll show up down here, and it tailors based on kind of what you've already typed in. So as you'll see, I'm getting Nebraska teams here because I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska. But yeah, you'll type it in there. If they don't have Hudl, you can add in a custom. So like I'm just going to type in my name, and then you can add as a non-Hudl, and it's just manually adding it. The date that you guys played, we'll say November 15th, and then 7 p.m. And then you just hit save, and then it shows up right here for you guys. So that's as simple as it is, but it's honestly incredibly important. You can't send games to assist if they're not linked to a schedule. So I recommend doing this at the beginning of the season. If you know you have a match at this specific time, go in and add it on this page, and then that'll set you up for success going forward. Alrighty, perfect. Let's go ahead and keep on moving. That's how you would add a schedule event. Let's go ahead and pop back over to the slides. So how to get video online. We also sent you another parent filmers training session. That one also goes in depth on how to get video online. But for the coaches, it's good to know as well. So what you want to record, you want to make sure you capture the entire court. You don't want to just focus on your side of the net because for the stats that we do things like attack tendencies. We need to see where the ball actually, if it hits the court, where it hits the court, everything like that. So you want to make sure you have the full court in view. And then you want to record the score often. This is very important for our statting purposes. After maybe like 6 or 7 points in the match there, just go ahead and pan up at the scoreboard if there is one and show it to the video so our analysts can keep track and make sure they're on track as well for the actual score of the game. And then get the referee signals and jersey numbers. Jersey numbers is very important. That's how we give athletes stats. We use the jersey number for them. So making sure you can see the jersey numbers is very important to get accurate stats, as well as getting the referee signals so we can make sure we're tagging the right things there for you guys. And then how to record. If you're recording with a camcorder, I would recommend recording in as high of resolution as it goes, up to 1080p. If you have a 4K camera, um, don't record in 4K. Our site doesn't house 4K video, so it will honestly just take you more time to get that uploaded. Don't go anything over 1080. And then only pause at timeouts or long breaks. With volleyball, we want you guys to just keep recording everything unless there's a timeout or a break in the action or an extended break. Don't start and stop after each point. Just let it keep rolling just so we can see all of the substitutions and everything along those lines. And then record with audio. One of the cool things that we do is we'll actually analyze like the crowd noise and whistles and things like that for the most part. There's some instances where it's obviously not going to be able to work if you're playing in like a large convention hall or something like that with a lot of games going. Um, but we'll do our best to record and use things like that to create like auto-generated highlights for you guys and everything along those lines. So recording with audio is very helpful, and I recommend doing that as well. And then preparing to film. So make sure you communicate these tips to your filmers. We've also tried to be proactive in getting a training session for those filmers specifically, which is in a different video. So that should help as well, but making sure whoever's filming it knows how to film, and then making sure you have enough battery. I can't tell you how many times, if you're recording with an iPad or whatever, that you're recording mid-match and the iPad just dies. And then sometimes if the iPad does die like that, it's harder to get the video online. So even just simple things like that, it seems, duh, like make sure it has enough battery, but it does happen quite a bit. And so just being conscious of that, especially if you're going to record with an iPad, is important. And then check your storage space. So on the iPad, in the app specifically, like I know with my iPhone, I'm always getting that message of no more storage, you can't take the picture or whatever it is. Make sure that before you record a match, you have about 2 GB of storage available on an iPad, because that's typically how much space it would take. So making sure you have enough storage to where it doesn't cut you off mid-match, is going to be important there to making sure you get all your video. And then, like I mentioned, there's a couple different ways to record. You can record via an iPad, or you can record via a camcorder. If you record via an iPad, everything is done on the iPad. You record and upload from there once you get on Wi-Fi, so it is pretty efficient. Um, so you record, it uploads automatically right after you finish recording. On the camcorder, there's a little bit of an added step, but it usually is more high quality video if you're willing to do that extra step. So you record on the camera, then you actually have to take the SD card out of the camera, plug it into your computer here, and then you would need to transfer the file onto your computer and then upload from your computer. And that's a little bit more of a intricate process. If you plan on using a camcorder, give me a call before your first matches and I'll walk you through it, or even just record on the camcorder and then give me a call after when you're going to upload it, and I'll be happy to walk you through it here. It's really not that difficult once you get the hang of it, but it's a little bit more of a process than recording on an iPad. Okay, so recording on an iPad, like I said, you record all on the iPad and it gets to Hudl. So to do that, if you have your schedule entry created, this is what the app looks like. You would select this icon right here. It's called the game day icon. So you select that, you go to the game that you're recording, and then you hit record this match. It then takes you to this screen, and then to actually record, you hit the red button just like you would in your camera roll on the actual iPad. It looks very similar inside the app. And I also like to point out here, if you can get this angle for every single match that you play from behind here, this is the perfect angle. This is what you should shoot for. This is like the gold standard angle right here. We can see all their jersey numbers. And then once you guys flip over to the other side, you see this camera up here, you'd want to be over there as well. You always want to be behind your team, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to point that out right now, for you guys. What you see here, if you're the white team, this is absolutely perfect. We'll get you the 100% accurate stats with this angle just because we can see everything that we need. So yep, once you're done, you would again hit that red button to pause it, and then when the game is completely over, you don't want to do this in between sets because then it'll upload in 3 separate videos. When the entire game is completely over, you hit save and exit, and then that will begin the upload process there for you guys. So you hit save and exit, and then it automatically, if you're on Wi-Fi, will start uploading, or once you take the iPad home and you get on your home Wi-Fi, it will start uploading automatically for you. Perfect. And then, like I mentioned, uploading and recording with the camera, the video is going to be a little bit higher of quality just because it's a nicer camera, but there is that added step of going through your computer and then getting it to Hudl. And then just a pro tip for you guys, keeping your library organized is going to be really important. I'll just flip back over to here for you. Using these custom labels is going to be big, especially with club volleyball. You have so many tournaments and different things like that. So just adding these custom labels so you can click on it. Okay, so this is from the Big South tournament, these two games here. And to add that, so you'd go to details, and then once you hit details, this is where you basically see everything. So you can hit edit, and then you can add any custom label in here. So I'll just put Nick for now, and boom, there's the custom label there. Then I hit save, and then it should, yep, there we go. So I can hit that, and then this video shows up. So just even adding those is a pro tip that I kind of want to point out there for you guys, because with club volleyball, libraries can get pretty messy, and you're gonna have to scroll through it quite a bit to find which video you want. So adding these custom labels and really just customizing it to what your needs are can be very efficient here for you. And I'm actually gonna delete that out while we're going here. Alrighty, so let's just hop back in. I just want to point that out quick. So Hudl Assist. Hudl Assist is another kind of main point for you guys here at Jacksonville Skyline. Hudl Assist, so you submit your games to us. It doesn't go automatically. You need to fill out a submission form for it. We break it down, and then it's ready in 24 hours. And I don't want to set like an expectation here for you guys because it can take up to 24 hours. I would guess you'd get it back anywhere between 12 and 14 hours from after you submit it. But we say 24 hours because that's what that will get it to you for sure within 24 hours. It's usually a little bit faster. So how to submit. So you just finished your game, you just record it, and it's uploaded in your library. You can watch it on your computer. There's going to be a blue check mark in the top of the video. You click on that, and then you'd hit send to assist. And then this is the page that you see. So it's just a quick submission form just so we have all the right information. So you'd make sure it's tied to that schedule event. This is a required field, like I said. You can't submit to it without a schedule event. So again, the importance of actually adding your schedule in there. So you just select whichever event it is to, how many sets were in it, your start and rotations. If you need more information on this, I can always get that to you here. I won't go into it now. Um, but what I say is usually just keeping it consistent throughout the season, just so you can notice trends and things like that. And then after you fill that out, you'd hit send to assist, and then it's back in your library within 24 hours. And I'll just hop in here and show you what that looks like as well. So you hit send to assist, it takes you to this page. Yeah, and that slide didn't show you everything. That's why I kind of wanted to pop in here. So you'd hit, there's 3 sets. We were in rotation 1, 2, and then we went back to 1. If you don't know your opposing team's rotations, you can honestly just put in ones, but you typically would. If you don't really care about tracking that, then by all means, you can just put in ones. Which team served the ball first? So it was us, we served the ball first. And then what jersey color were you? This helps us to know which team's which. And then the final score, we won 3 sets to 0. And then your roster, it will automatically just default to the full roster. You can edit it if you know like certain athletes didn't play, but I usually just say just put the whole roster there, and we'll look for the jersey numbers either way, and we'll stat it. If you wanted to let the analyst know something specific, like let's say number 3 is wearing a red headband, just things like that can help us as well to know exactly who's who, but it's not required there. So whatever you want to add is kind of up to you. And then with sending to assist, you can find your game-changing insights. You get a lot of stats from assist, and it can help your team win more games and give you really, really great insights. I think it's a very powerful tool to have. And I'll kind of demo a little bit of what that looks like. So I'll go to the reports page here. And so when you get to the reports page on this main stats page, you can select which team. So we want to look at our stats. Who are we playing? We are playing this team on this date. So this is all the stats from that game. So we can look at like service wins, side out, serve. Um, it goes really in depth, and then you can filter it by. I just want to look at my athletes. So Leah, so yeah, we can look like she had 4 kills, and everything like that. You can see exactly which athletes you're looking at here. You can change it between averages and totals. Um, and then you can also look at each set as well. So you got if you had a bad third set, you can go to just the third set and see exactly where it went wrong. So very powerful here. Um, and there's just it's very customizable. You can really get whatever stat you need. Also new to this year is the attack tendencies, which is really popular. This game, since it's new to this year, isn't on here yet, but it will have every single attack and like the direction and where it landed on the court, as well as your athletes and what their attack percentage was and everything along those lines. When you send your first game to assist, go to this page and check it out. It's awesome. It gives you a lot of valuable insight to see exactly, and you can even look at your opponent here and see, okay, where are their weak spots? Where should we be attacking every game if you get it statted for them? So it's incredibly powerful, and it's gonna hopefully get you guys all the insights that you need this upcoming year. Perfect. And then video analysis and review. So for video analysis and review, we'll go ahead and touch on tags and clips, and they're kind of similar but just different in a few different ways. So for the tags, um, when you send a game to assist and we stat it for you, this is what we mean. We add these tags to the video. So we'll watch the whole video for you. We'll add serve, receive, set. All of these are what we call tags. Um, so this is just where the stats come from on the video. So you can filter it out by athlete. You can do rotations. You can do serve receives, all of that stuff. And I'll actually just pop into a video here for you guys to kind of show it live. Okay, let me clear my filters here and find a video. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, let's find one. So yeah, this has stats on it. So we'll pop into this game, and then you'll see down here. Here are all the tags for the video. Perfect. Yep. And then you can kind of scroll through the timeline on the bottom, which is very handy, and you can kind of see exactly what you want. You can filter just one specific player's stats. So let's say you wanted to talk to Rebecca about her serves. So we can click on Rebecca's name, and then we can do serves, and then we'll just do attempts. So Rebecca had 17 serve attempts in the video. So it's really quite cool. You can get to any different instance in the video just by looking at these tags. So you can look at this, you can talk to Rebecca about it, and even just pinpoint what needs to be improved, what she's doing well, all just by using these filters. Perfect. So yeah, tags, and then clips. Clips are a little bit different. So clips are not related to tags in a sense here. So it's a it's just like a little clip of the video that you can pull out and put in a playlist for your athletes, so they don't have to go back and watch the entire video. So I'll actually show you what that looks like here quick as well. Um, let's go to a different video that doesn't have any tags on it yet. So in here, um, so you'll actually go up to your clips instead of tags. So your clips, and then let's say you wanted to, I'll just go to a random spot in the video. let's go right here. Let's say you wanted to clip out this serve. So you can hit create clip and it will create, it defaults to 7 seconds. You can click on the created clip and then you can drag it out longer or shorter. And then right there, you have your clip. And then we'll get the full serve here for you guys. All right, perfect. So yeah, it's a 16-second clip at 38.11. You can rename it. So let's just say number 7 poor serve. Perfect. And then once you do that, you can hit save clip. And then you can select the clip here, and then you can actually share it in a playlist for just that specific athlete. So you can type in, it's like I'll just type in my name. I wanted to share it with just myself. You can share it, and you can share a restricted playlist, so only that person will have access to it. So let's say you wanted to point out things that they could work on and you didn't want the whole team to see it. This is the route you want to go. You can share it with just them, and only you and they will be able to see it. And again, I know this is a lot here for the training session. I would be more than happy to work with each of you coaches as you kind of get into the account here. So take my phone number down and give me a call whenever, okay? Perfect. And then highlights and recruiting, this kind of finishes it up here. Highlights and recruiting are primarily for your athletes to showcase exactly what they're doing, and for your club to show exactly what your club is doing there, and where you guys are at. So yeah, just a recap here for you. We went over the account tour, season prep, getting that schedule added again, very important there for the season. How to get video online. We talked about Hudl Assist and all the great stats that come with it. I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on that there and see what it does for you. Video analysis and review, those tags and clips. And clips, that's honestly one of the more intricate things. So I'd be surprised if it didn't confuse you a little bit, just because I had to kind of go through it a little bit fast. So like I said, reach out whenever, and I'd be happy to kind of walk through it with you on a phone call. And then highlights and recruiting as well for your athletes. And then also, this is hudl.com/support. There's very helpful articles. Let's say you needed to remember how to upload. You can just search right there. You can type in upload, and it will take you to step-by-step tutorials. And then Hudl Academy as well. It's an online kind of self-serve teaching tool, and it has short little videos um, of different things you do in Hudl, and it even has a video about how to utilize clips and things like that. So definitely check those two out, hudl.com/support and hudl.com/academy there. Perfect. And then I know this isn't live. This is normally where we would ask questions. If you have questions, shoot me a text, email, or phone call, and I'd be happy to help out whenever you guys need. We're really excited for you guys to be using Hudl this year. I definitely think it will bring value and help you guys out in many ways here. So never hesitate to reach out. My job is to make sure you guys know how to use it and you're comfortable using it, and it's just an overall positive tool for you guys to use.